Hi, this is Shattered Crown, and I'm Jay.
I'm Wayne, playing Dastardly Bastard. He/him.
I'm Zach. I'm playing Malicious Bastard. Also, him.
I'm B. I'm playing Oracle, aka Ori. Their pronouns are they, them, but my pronouns are she, her.
I'm Nolly. I'm playing Sky Blue Scales. His pronouns are he, him. My pronouns are they, them.
I forgot to say mine earlier, but I am also he, him, and I am the Dungeon Master. I think that was probably clear, but here we are. Anyway, episode 2. We did it. We all survived 2 weeks, except for the original Jay, who died in that horrific boating accident, and it had to be replaced by me, their exact copy.
That was so sad.
You were not
The
supposed to know
Olympics,
about that.
yeah.
I mean, like,
What?
I knew about it because y'all had, like, the whole audition and everything. Like, it was, like, very reminiscent of how people speculate they got the replacement for Ringo and the Beatles.
I was specifically
Ringo
told
was
this wouldn't be a problem, that you wouldn't remember anything before the procedure. So I'm going to go get my money back after this, but let's continue.
I do want to say Ringo was the popular one before the Beatles started. So, that's not how that works. Sorry, Jay.
I can't believe you just said I wasn't the popular one. That hurts. That hurts.
No. Ringo was
That was absolutely the implication of that
that is
sentence.
not that is not the implication. Ringo was the popular one.
If anyone's the popular one, it's me, okay? I bet not a single one of you has been drawn pregnant.
You know
What?
None of
Okay.
All right, let's move on.
All of this is staying in. All of this is fucking staying in.
Yeah,
I'm saying
I
that right
mean,
now.
Well,
I
except
would
for
never-
that and this and that.
No.
But yeah.
No. This is staying in too. We're doing this live. God damn it.
There's no amount.
Jay,
of
I wasn't
wasted
saying that you weren't the
material on this
popular one.
podcast.
I think
Anyway.
it's time to move on.
You just have a
Anyway.
misunderstanding of what Ringo it was
Shut up.
to the Beatles.
Shut up.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
anyway, previously on Shattered Crown, the four of you set sail from the city of Absalom on the decks of the sailing ship known as the Waterlogged Kobold. While Sky Blue Scales was making friends with the captain, and the Bastard Brothers were raiding the captain's personal liquor cabinet, Oracle
Hell
was
yeah.
busy reading the fortune of a mysterious woman. Before long, all of these activities were suddenly swept aside by the harsh winds of a sudden storm that enveloped the ship, which, led to the bastards getting caught in their attempt to keep the captain's alcohol safe, and then nearly thrown overboard by the wicked winds of the strange storm being... I cannot speak. Damn. Before being saved by Sky and Ori. Once below deck, you all began to get acquainted with one another before heading to bed in order to try and sleep through the storm. Unfortunately, your collective slumber was cut short as passengers outside your cabins were being brutally cut down by mysterious pirates, presumably from the ship that had been following yours for the past few days. You all made quick work of those scoundrels, specifically one of you ate like 3 of their faces, and
Two of
tried
them.
to make your way up to the top deck before the ship suddenly was transported high into the air and fell crashing back to Earth. Thankfully, the ship took the brunt of the impact for most of you all, except for one of you. And then once above deck, you saw, the destruction, and specifically the woman that Ori had read the fortune of earlier, surrounded by the last few living pirates. And as you approached and drew their attention, this woman made quick work of them, and you kind of just got acquainted with her. You found out her name was Rosale Jotunar. Rosale tells you that the storm, the pirates, and the ship teleporting are all her fault in some form, as she regales you hesitantly with her story of Ulthgrad the Stormlord, the pirate captain with a vendetta against her that was following the ship.
Right.
And then while the Bastard Brothers tended to her and made sure she was free of wounds, Ori and Sky found about 20 living passengers who survived the pirates and the ship falling thanks to the captain giving his life to defend them in the cabin. Now, that was 3 days ago. 3 days you've been on the road with the 21 souls you salvaged from the wreck of the Waterlogged Kobold. The storm clouds that signaled the end of your voyage have been following you up the coast since then. Though you did try to obfuscate the way you all went, it was rather difficult with the sheer number of injured people you all are traveling with now. These dark clouds seem to grow ever closer to your location, making rest scant as you try to outrun the horde of pirates that surely lurk in the howling winds following close behind. But not everything has been bad these past few days. In what little rest you've had time to get somewhat acquainted with your newfound companions, both those that you fought alongside back in the hold of the doomed ship, and those who you rescued. You haven't talked to most passengers, but you have gotten particularly friendly with a couple. Specifically, Coleg the Merchant, for example, who traveled north with tales of riches and promises of a better future. He has a way with words that manages to keep these weary people marching for miles on end. As well as Beedry, the priestess of Sarenrae that has attempted to fix everyone's injuries after the horrible boat crash. You have marched with these people for 3 days now across the withering countryside of Cheliax as you make way for West Crown. Despite that, you feel as if you are no closer to your goal than you were before. And with the scent of rain carried on the wind, the threat of death following behind you, and no refuge in sight, the strings of fate are now in your hands.
Awesome.
Is it okay if I make one roll to see my relationship with the merchant?
What?
Huh?
What would you like to roll for your relationship to the merchant?
Diplomacy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Secret?
Yeah, secret.
Is that controller?
I'd usually just click the drop down. You'd have to ask Wayne for the actual key combos.
Yeah, you can change it. You can change it on the drop down.
Okay. You've talked with him a fair bit. He's regaled you of tales of his travels and his time, going across Galarian, selling, buying, getting wrapped up in crazy misadventures. He seems to like you.
Getting us more tobacco.
Jesus Christ. you know, some people can befriend people without an ulterior motive, bastard.
Well, those people are.
Well, he is a bastard.
That's why I said that. I wasn't name calling. I was naming.
What a dope! You befriend
Sure.
people without any hope of a quid pro quo.
Yeah. Wayne only ever became my friend because he knew one day I would start a Pathfinder podcast and potentially get him internet famous.
Yeah,
That's true. That's real, actually.
Which is
I crave
incredibly
the admiration and stares of strangers.
as my bastard brother, incredibly a bad idea.
I can't think
We
of
cannot
a worse
unleash
idea
this
I've
man
had.
on the earth.
Oh, you think it's?
Why
oh,
do you think
wow.
we're here?
Look, the point is, making friends with a merchant is a great plan because he'll never suspect us.
Sky Blue Scales is busy being Sky Blue Scales towards everyone else.
What does that look like, Nolly?
Being chipper, friendly, always checking on people who look like they need help or are struggling. Striking up very short conversations where, because he doesn't really know how to hold a conversation, so he just asks them how they're doing, if they're okay, how they're feeling. 2 different questions, by the way. And then he just carries on.
Okay.
He's just a little guy.
He is just a little guy. Ori and Dastardly, is there anything particular you two are doing at the moment? And by moment, I mean what you've been doing over the past few days of travel.
DB has been doing mostly one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Complaining.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now,
A lot of
This is,
piggybacking.
lot of piggyback rides, that's for sure. Al, he says, clinging onto his back like a baby koala, this is a fine pickle we're in. A fine pickle indeed. Now, it was bad enough having flee Absalom under some less than ideal circumstances, but it could have been worse. We got out with our lives, and some other things fell into place nicely. I thought it'd be a nice, easy ship ride up to the middle of nowhere, lay low for a while, no trouble, no concerns. And now look at us, foot slogging through the rain, like common animals, in the wilderness. You realize how many bugs there are out here? And the worst part of it all, we forgot to take our pick of the captain's cabin before we left. I'm just thinking about it now. All that fine tobacco, brandy, cognac, left to rot on the seaside. Crime.
It could be worse. You could also have to listen to you complain the entire time.
I also like rum more, sir.
Damn.
Rosale's walking alongside you. She's using her staff as like a she's like leaning heavily on her staff as she walks, and she's very clearly had to listen to Dastardly complain for the past 3 days.
Mal
Well, listen,
also
it's
just
easy for
eats
you
a
to say.
bug. Just like out of the air, just grabs
You
one.
are a fucking frog, man. So yeah.
Get the ones swirling around my head. And listen, madam, let me tell you this. It's a damn sight easier to walk when you've got a walking stick.
I have two arms if you want to join.
I
Um.
think I'm good.
Suit yourself. Mal, onward.
He walks a little faster.
Ori,
Sky would probably.
sorry.
If Sky sees her struggling, he's probably offered multiple times to carry her, which is an odd thing to offer when you're 3.5 feet tall. But he's very capable of carrying her. I guarantee you. But he's offered multiple times.
And while she's appreciated it, she has declined because reasons. Anyway,
Yeah. Okay, no one wants the kobold to carry them.
Ori, what have you been
Unfortunately.
doing? What have you been doing during this long trek with a seemingly sentient storm cloud following behind you?
I do have a request of Ori. Sorry.
Yes. What is your request?
I wanna get a rating from Ori.
Sure.
I hope my reading's sky blue.
Your aura is just sky blue.
It's the exact same.
This tells me nothing.
You have
But, you know.
spiritual branding.
Yeah.
On all
I'm sorry
all
to
levels.
interrupt your thing, but I do want a reading.
Yeah.
You can
I
can you do it while
will- I would-
walking?
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, then go ahead.
What did we just said we were gonna use like a flat lore, the fortune telling lore skill for that, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Do-
Malicious thinks Ori's badass.
You get a nice, warm, kind of sunny aura from Malicious. A very friendly, inviting kind of color swirls of like kind of shade of yellow swirls around him. That every so often you'll see a darker, almost orangish color peek up into this swirl. Like there's something just beneath the surface that you can't quite make out, but only pops up every so often.
I'm not sure I can glean much about your future from this, but or at least not any specifics, but it seems like either you will encounter some let's say, speed bumps in the road ahead, or I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just saying what the auras tell me. You have some darkness within you. Not much, but some.
Everything you say makes sense, Doc. I like you.
You what?
I like you.
Well, thank you.
Oh yeah, I remembered something I forgot to establish during the first session, which is important for a visual crowd because I never established it in session at all. Sky Bluescales is nonverbal. He does not speak. He has a little gold charm around his neck that speaks for him. It's called a voice box. It basically takes his thoughts and turns them into spoken words. So he does not actually speak because he is a toy. He was a toy, and he was guaranteed a voice box as a toy, so he has no ability to speak because that's how that
You
works.
are a toy.
And I'll be the first person to say it. Huge dong.
I,
Shut the hell up.
Zach,
Shut the
I'm
hell up.
Writing that
Zach,
down.
No, Zach,
Shut the hell up.
no,
Sky
Nolly.
Blue Scales is
Editing
anatomically
that out.
correct,
No,
but
no.
doesn't have a voice box.
No, hold on. No, Nolly, you're leaving that in because it's important to leave that in because Zach has to roll a D100 now, and I also have to explain what that is after Zach rolls
Hell
me that
yes!
D100.
I finally get
Also-
some points.
Also, Wayne, what you said is being edited out. I'm specifically Wayne out.
I'm used to it. You know, I was edited out of my family photo album.
That actually happened to me. Well, not okay. I was like cut out of a specific
Did they
family
also
photo. No,
wait? Did they also go back through and put Mario Lopez's face over yours?
No. Basically, I had a best friend at a time that my family basically saw as another kid because of how often he was over. And there was a specific picture where we all went to get Christmas trees, and he came with us. And I was like Mike Wazowski, like out of the picture on accident, but like he was front and center essentially. So I just joke about it being a picture that like I got like photoshopped out of.
That's pretty funny. Mine was a little different. My folks went through and they cut Mario Lopez's face out of a bunch of magazines and pasted them over mine.
Wait, they actually did that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that actually happened.
Mario Lopez is
I thought
he's
you
actually
were...
my sister.
I hate you.
Mario Lopez, a lot more photogenic than me.
That's true. Okay, fair. Anyway, Zach, roll me
So-
that D100 so I can explain to the fine people at home what that means.
Okay, I didn't know how to do it in Foundry, so I got an 84.
You just type
Slash R
/R1D100.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I figured it was that, but I just,
Just
didn't
do it.
try?
Just do it again in Foundry. Just do it again in Foundry.
Oh, I got an 84 though. If that's fine.
Just do it where the whole class can see it.
Yeah, do it where the whole class
Okay.
can see it. I know you haven't seen the list of what these mean yet, but like, just in
We
case.
just don't. It's not that we don't trust you, but clearly nobody trusts you.
Oh,
Oh,
That's the
no!
low,
I've
I think
heard
that's
of
the
fi-
lowest
I-
one yet.
I've heard
So-
a 5 is very bad.
So 5 and below is really bad. Okay, let me back up and explain what this means. So for every campaign I run, I have a list for a D1 through 100 of various things that could happen, either good or bad, that I can cash in when a player either does really well or does really bad, but like when a player basically if someone does like role plays really well or does something really funny, I'll have them roll because it would be like potentially a reward. But also, if someone makes a really bad joke, like Zach here with the dong comment, I also make them roll because it could also be really bad. And this is actually one that we can do right away, which is fun.
No!
Oh,
I'm so sorry,
Really?
everyone.
Yes.
Right away.
Malicious?
He just couldn't resist.
Malicious?
I had to.
Malicious?
Yes.
You get this feeling deep within you You don't know why, but you have a feeling that something really, really bad just happened somewhere.
Oh, I forgot to take my anxiety medicine.
That is what that's like.
Yeah, that is what that's like. But no, that'll come back later. After that feeling starts to subside a little bit, the number 3 just echoes through your head for a minute. And then everything feels fine. Like it never
Sorry,
happened.
that's just
I'm so
that's such
sorry,
a funny
B.
thing.
Yeah, no, I was not expecting anyone to roll in the 1 through 5 is all what just happened for reference. I was not expecting anyone to roll that for a while. So
It was bound to happen sooner or later.
congrats, guys.
Yippee!
I fucked us.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for talking about that to do it too.
Don't worry.
Anyway,
I got you.
Dong!
Ding-a-ling.
wait, have I sent you the fucking My Dingling Trap remix?
I
What?
actually already listened to it. when I
Anyway,
was-
let's get back on track. Back on track. Back on track.
Sorry, B.
I'll tell you right now, I've had something planned in both campaigns for what a 1 through 5 activation could entail. It's not going to.
Hideous.
It's not going. It's something that's now in the works plot-wise. It is not happening this session, despite what is about to happen. I'm telling you all know that right now. This is unrelated to what's about to happen.
Well, that's concerning.
Yeah.
I'm fucking pumped for this. I love bad things happening.
Okay. Anyway. Ori, as you are doing this reading for Malicious, you do get a flicker of darkness at the very end of that aura reading after you've been finished trying to explain what you see to Malicious. You can't place why, but you can tell that that's not part of... That didn't feel right. Something wasn't right there. But before you have a chance to question Malicious on it, Coleg, the merchant, walks up to the group of you, because you all have been more or less the de facto leaders of this little group since it started. Well now, sorry to bother y'all. I just, me and some of the other people were a bit worried, you see. The storm clouds seem to be getting a bit closer. They're kind of directly above us now. I'm not sure what that might entail. Y'all keep saying we just can't get caught in the storm again, but you haven't really told us why. And should we be worried about them encroaching ever closer?
Oh, you need a reason not to get caught in the rain? Think for yourself a little, man.
Oh, I thought everyone knew what was going on with them.
No, sirree. You very clearly just didn't really tell us anything. You just told us we had to get going to West Crown as soon as possible. The short fellow on the back of the other short fellow was very insistent on it.
Oh,
I'm putting
well,
words in his mouth right now because I am mad at him for the jokes he was making off recording like 5 seconds ago.
I put him down, and I'm going to aid him in his deception.
Well, I mean, I just assumed everyone knew. I'm sorry. I can tell you. Well, the last time we got caught in a storm on the boat, pirates showed up. So we think the pirates are in the storm.
Son, do you understand what a pirate is?
Yeah. Same thing as a bandit, but on the water.
Have you heard the song "Riders on the Storm"?
No, I have not, my child.
I guess if they're on land, they're not pirates anymore. But same thing happening.
And Is there any reason you think they're tied to the storm, other than the fact that they showed up while we were in the storm?
Well, it's following us, which is weird.
That's a very good point now you mention it.
Oh, I'm just seeing weird.
Do not post a concertina cover of Riders on the Storm, Wayne.
Or do, I mean, like, funny.
I mean, can we do that? Can we put that in the episode?
That was.
I
I do not have
probably
access
not,
to that
no.
at all.
Oh.
So don't call me on that. So, anyway, I mean, yeah, Sky, you're doing a job explaining this to them. Just tell them they have a wizard.
Oh, I forgot
Actually,
about
Dastardly will literally just lean into your ear and say, just tell them a wizard did it. A lot simpler. Most people buy it. And if they question it, you just have to ask them the one silver bullet to any question about magic. Oh, well, are you a wizard? The answer's always no, so they'll always believe.
A wizard did it.
Kind of clap you on the back.
A wizard, huh? A pirate wizard.
Did Mal say that wizard thing out loud?
Oh yeah.
Just when I thought I'd seen everything.
Well, I don't think he's a pirate wizard. I think he's just a wizard hiring pirates.
Well,
Sky, there's a lot of wizard pirates.
How do you know that?
that is a good question.
Das, I need you.
Yeah, nothing for that one.
I'm just imagining fucking Mal standing there with the AOL startup noise playing through his brain before turning to Das.
Well,
He's like, I got nothing for that one.
that sound is also accompanied with eye contact. We know what we're doing. We're the motherfucking Bastard Brothers.
And I believe
So,
you.
yes. Look, it's simple. You see the storm cloud chasing us, completely unnatural. That's the work of a wizard. That wizard will also drop a bunch of pirates down on us, and frankly, we're all pretty tired, incapable of defending ourselves.
But why didn't you say so?
I thought everyone knew.
It's need to know information, you see.
Is
If
it?
everybody... Yes, it is.
Oh.
This guy. As I was saying, it's need to know information. See, we have reason to suspect that there may be a spy among us. An imposter, if you will.
Mal starts looking around
These
conspiratorially.
Are you Wayne? Real quick, are you making this up, or is this something
Yeah.
Dastardly's full on
Das-
lying.
Please make a
listen.
deception check. Please make a deception check.
Why is he saying
As I
these
was saying,
things?
Because
It's
if
like-
you can't,
you have to roll this against Sky too.
you don't have to believe me. You just have to go along with it, and then you'll be complicit.
No, I'm not going along with it. I'm confused. You're
I'm going-
lying to me because I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to
Now
aid
listen.
this.
These imposters are suspiciously and surreptitiously sending intel back to the bandits. Not sure if there is one, but it just seems a little convenient, doesn't it?
What?
You know, when you put it like that, that sounds pretty plausible.
Would this help?
Exactly.
Can I roll perception to see if
Now.
I believe him?
Yes, go
Okay.
ahead.
I don't know. I don't think that's how that works. To be clear, but I'll do it.
I want to roll
It's versus your perception DC.
intuitive cooperation.
I already passed the roll.
I don't know.
Nolly,
Mal would help.
Yeah.
Skype completely believes everything he says.
Great.
Now, and DB will take polling back, kind of, lead him towards the group. Now listen, you seem like an upright fellow, real salt of the earth, hard worker, a man of means and intellect, a merchant. you're a trustworthy sort. Everybody always says merchants, very trustworthy. I say it constantly. So, I'm telling you this in confidence, and with the understanding that you won't tip your hand or my hand to any potential traitors. All I ask is that you calmly explain to your comrades the mystical nature of our foe, and, well, we'll take care of it there. I mean, how much further can we be from West Crown? So, stay the course.
Before...
Why would you ask that question out loud?
Before Kolig has a chance to say anything, you all hear a loud thunder crack as rain begins to fall all around you.
That's really bad.
The wizard! They know where we are!
If everyone keeps running, we'll hold anything that tries to attack at bay. But just stay in front of us.
The crowd, after hearing Kolig yell about a wizard, starts, like, kind of murmuring and getting, like, kind of antsy and kind of freaking out a bit.
Can I roll a diplomacy check to try and calm them down and corral them in front of us so that we can intercept anything flanking us?
Yes.
Oh, can I?
Go ahead.
Can I aid that? I'm also good at diplomacy.
Yes.
I'm an expert in diplomacy. At level
Remind
2.
me how aiding works again, real quick, without intuitive cooperation. Or are you just using intuitive cooperation again?
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a dice, Zach. See if you help. Yeah, so roll it publicly.
D20. Oh, okay, that's much easier. Sorry, I'm like bouncing around my mic, so it's hard.
It's all good. God, this is going to be really...
We're all a little distracted. Me, I'm slick with sweat from this tantric meditation I'm doing.
Please
I don't think that succeeds.
Oh no!
Sorry, what?
That is a crit fail, which
Hey.
gives a negative
Mel's
1
running around being
circumstance
like,
penalty.
fucking freak out! We're fucked!
Wait, does it give a -1? Is that how that works?
Yep, a crit fail gives a -1 penalty to your roll.
Oh my god, it does! What the fuck?
Zach, does Mal yell that?
Oh yeah, I do.
I don't
Get yourself
know.
together. Just
That's a
because it's
bit-
a powerful wizard swooping
I'll add
down
a
from the
-1
skies on
circumstance.
bolts of lightning to attack us.
Hey, hold on.
What if the god wizard showed up? Oh
Listen,
my
look on the
god!
right side.
This feels like a lot more than
Mal.
a -1 penalty.
Calm yourself down. Look on the bright side. If we're struck by lightning, we'll die instantly, reduced to cinders. We won't even feel pain.
All right, Nolly, please roll me a blind diplomacy check. Please.
I wanted to use my Make-A-Wish thing that I get on that, but I need to make sure what that actually does before I do that. Hold on.
You give
think
kids
that helped.
cancer?
No.
that was fucked up. I'm sorry.
Once per day, I can fervently wish for something to work. Okay, I'm gonna make a wish that this works.
What is?
It's a +2 circumstance bonus. So
Okay,
I
so
get to use once per day.
It's only a +1 then because of the current circumstances.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blind.
I do not have a good poker face, as you can tell, because Nolly just rolled really fucking well.
Also, I just noticed Mal rolled a deception check, not a
Doesn't matter,
diplomacy
rolled on
check.
that one.
I know it doesn't matter, but that's so funny. Wait, doesn't it matter? Aren't you trained in diplomacy?
It doesn't matter. If you roll over nat 1, it
Yeah, I know.
downgrades,
So,
Mal
I know.
is running around doing fucking Daffy Duck shit.
As Mal is running around doing this, and Dastardly is trying to get his brother together, Everyone is starting to really panic. People are looking like they're about to bolt, and that is when Sky, what do you do with your diplomacy check?
Well, it supposedly goes really well, so Sky is going to, very rare instance of Sky raising their voice to get everyone's attention and calm down the ravenous, loud voices of distress. And, excuse me, I'm clearing. If everyone can just calm down, you're gonna be safe. We're gonna protect you if something happens to you. You just assemble in front of us, and we'll cover your flanks. That way, if anything attacks us from behind, you'll be able to just continue going forward while we hold them at bay. Just remain calm and keep walking, okay? You're gonna be fine. I'm gonna protect you.
You
Promise.
You somehow managed to get the crowd in check. They seem to kind of calm down a bit. They're all still antsy and still kind of afraid, but they're not about to bolt off in the random directions across the withered field you all are in right now. And so with that, the storm has broken over you. More storm clouds are rolling in. Things are getting more intense. The thunder cracks are getting closer and closer. The rain is picking up. What will you all do?
Well, I'm keeping a cautious eye on the people that I'm in charge with. I've charged myself with protecting now. So I'm walking close behind the group as best I can to keep them, organized and protected.
I cartwheel up to Sky.
You cartwheel up to him?
I was going to say, did you say you cartwheeled up to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, that's awesome. That's
Backflipping your way around.
Backflips. Backflipping into your DMs, yeah.
Anyway, what do you do after you get close to Sky?
Oh, I just stand there. I'm ready.
I'm just gonna look at you a little pissed off that you had that freak out moment.
I prepare
Sky,
my fist.
it's extremely rare for Sky to look pissed off, but they do give you a good little glare.
I try to high five you.
No. A time and a place.
You're gonna leave a man hanging?
Yes.
You monster. DB will draw out his filter's fork and try and blend in a little to the crowd and the undergrowth and just hide himself. So he's less likely to be the first one attacked.
Oh my god.
Okay. Ori, how are you feeling right now with everything going on?
Ori is concerned. Not they're I think that they're preparing themselves for something bad to happen. They're not sure what, but
Okay. I guess with that, are you all gonna start moving? You all gonna stand your ground? What seems to be the plan here?
Would we move the group of travelers into some cover? Is there forest nearby? I hear that standing under a tree is statistically the safest place during a lightning storm.
Make me a perception check.
Can Mal assist?
You, Dastardly, you look around real quick, seeing if there's anything at all that could possibly help you in your current situation. Any place you can put all the travelers to keep them safe. But you, for the most part, only see open fields as far as the eye can see. Except just over the crest of the hill in a direction north. You all were heading east, so a bit to the left of the way you were going. You can see what looks like something taller than the grass you all have been wading through for the past couple of days. It can't quite make out what it is because of how far it is, but compared to everything else, it's the only thing you could possibly see that could potentially help you.
I think we should lie low in that, see if we can wait for this to pass us by.
That would imply that they're tracking us non-magically.
I mean, I never said how they're tracking you. To be fair,
Yeah, we
Worst
are a
case
crowd of, like,
scenario, we
40
jump
people.
out of this grass and stab him in the neck.
I don't
Knows everything.
know. I don't feel like sitting in one place is a good idea.
Don't worry, Sky. If Das has a plan, it's gonna work.
well, look, I hate to say this, but I think I do agree with Dastardly. We don't really have many options, and whatever's over there might be the only chance we have to really hide from Ulfgrad.
Why do you hate Das?
Huh?
I don't hate him. I just don't really think his plans have been that good from what I've seen over the past 3 days.
His plans are great.
And not in my peak form right now. A little out of my element. I wouldn't judge my success rate, which is very good. One of the best against a couple outliers.
I hate you. I hate you.
Let's
One of the best.
Anyway,
look. All you little travelers who aren't comfortable fighting for your lives, go and lie down in the grass, hide yourselves.
No. What?
Well, then what are they gonna do? Fine, keep running
I
across the field.
thought we were gonna go to that thing.
Isn't
The
it just
thingy.
tall grass? Yeah.
Oh, is
The
it tall
thingy.
grass? I
No.
thought it was a thing. Okay.
No, I said it towered above the tall grass, or I might have meant to. I might have misspoke.
Okay.
I know, I got
thought it
that
was
much,
just
that's why I was
taller
confused.
grass.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a structure of some kind.
Okay, well then to the structure.
Yeah, all right. And if nothing else, we have a position we can at least defend one place. But
All right. So you all start to herd this group of people up north towards what you see in the distance. As you get closer, you realize that what you saw was not one specific structure. Instead, you saw a decently tall fence surrounding what looks like stalks of something that are withered and dying as they hang barely over this fence.
this isn't particularly helpful to anyone.
Does anything lie beyond the field other than these stalks?
You can't see. There's a fence, and I mean, you can roll perception, but like,
Oh,
Yeah,
curses,
yeah.
we're all short.
Would
all
Hey,
except
I'm
for-
not short.
Ori, would you?
Or he's
would
not
you-
looking at anything.
Ori, would you
I
like
mean-
to roll perception?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure
somebody
this
who
tall
can
grass
see
is
over
taller
the
than us.
fence.
For reference, Nolly, the tall grass is just barely below y'all's height.
It's only 3 feet tall.
Ori, you can't make out much, but through the stalks and the fence, for reference, it's like one of those like farm fences, not like a picket fence, where like it's like two pieces of wood on either side, and then like an X between them, and then like an up top and bottom to it, essentially.
Minecraft
Right.
fence.
Yeah, like a Minecraft fence, essentially.
Okay.
So you can kind of see through them, but Ori, just vaguely in the distance through the stalks of corn, you think you can see what looks like a building.
I think Ori is like taking a look and like tilts their head kind of and goes, I believe that is a building over there. We should
Unban over there.
probably head that way.
I'm sorry.
Lead the way, our leaden lass. I don't know.
Ori stares at DB.
I can't tell if that one landed or not. Your face,
I
it's
don't.
just...
Everyone.
It's not really a face.
There might be
It
shelter
is
up ahead.
very clearly like Ori is very clearly disappointed with you.
But the
Look,
thing
they're
is,
not all
Ori
going to be
disliked
winners.
that.
Lead us to the building.
here's the thing. They're still following us, so we'll have to get something. We'll have to kind of improvise some kind of defense.
Mal does
You know,
that will-
thumbs
Sky,
up.
as we're running, I think I
Well-
have to explain to you the virtues of fleeing.
Oh, that's so mean. Why would you be mean?
Okay, as y'all run, go open the gate, go over the fence, however you prefer to do this, and run through the corn towards this building that Ori believes they saw. Can I ask all of you to make me an athletics check, please?
Oh yeah, I'm good at
Oh,
that.
hell yeah.
Oh boy.
Public?
Yes, athletic checks are public.
Okay, I'm just double checking. You never know.
You know if you fuck that up.
Oh, that was so close to greatness.
Damn it.
It almost landed on a 20.
Don't laugh.
The DC
Don't-
was a
Don't.
the DC
don't,
was
don't laugh.
for reference.
we
The
need-
DC was a 10. The only person that rolled below that is Wayne, who got a 6.
Wow.
Help! I have fallen and I can't get up.
So you're still on malicious. You were still on malicious's back, correct?
No, I think we dropped off that some time ago because it was
Mal is going
logistically
back.
complicated.
Damn it! I had a funny idea, but okay.
Does not stop me.
As you all are actually no, hold on. Wait, are you cool? Are you cool if we retcon it real quick to say you're still on malicious's back? Because I just think this is I have a funny idea. Okay, as all of you are running through the corn, these various people that you're trying to protect following through with you. Everyone seems to be getting their footing despite how close together the corn seems to be, and despite the stalks being withered, they're still pretty hefty. Have some kind of strength behind them, which is unfortunate for the bastard brother riding on the back of another, who just so happens to be with this piggyback that he's doing, just the right height to get his head smashed into an ear of corn that is still on the stalk, despite it being kind of withered, and with how dead these fields seem to be. The corn seems to have gone stale, hardened. I don't know if corn does that. I'm going to say it does, because I think it's funny to imagine...
It dries out.
It dried out, yeah. Dastardly, you're going to get run headfirst into this corn and knocked off your brother's back from the sheer force of Mal's running mixed with your head hitting something. And you're going to fall into the mud within the rest of the corn.
The perfect place to hide in.
Ow, ow, ow. I think some of that corn went up my nose.
You pull a kernel out.
Yeah, I can do the snot rocket out
Yeah.
like a little machine gun. Pew.
Awful. Awful.
Meanwhile, while Dastardly
Bad.
is getting their bearings and hopefully not getting trampled by the other people that you all are traveling with, the three of you reach a clearing, which appears to be a small little farmhouse, a barn, a well, and a silo. The barn and the silo are painted a nice lavender, and the house is a nice white house like you'd see on any stereotypical farm in like a movie or something. This probably isn't going to help most people, but I'm like specifically imagining the house that they used for The Walking Dead season 2 on the farm.
Perfect.
Yes, a farmhouse. That's exactly the word I was looking for as I was trying too hard to over describe things.
I have a worse reference for later.
Okay.
Okay.
Right
Thank you
in
for
the
containing yourself.
right in the middle of this clearing is a well, and you can see a path that leads the other direction out of this little farm, which is probably leads to the main entrance of the whole thing, since you all seem to have come through some kind of back entrance. Can I ask all three of you to make perception checks real quick.
Four of us.
Sure.
A lot of dice rolling, I apologize.
Well, I think Dastardly is still busy picking himself up off the ground.
That is why I said 3 of you, because there's you, Ori, and Mal.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, Dastardly does not roll because Dastardly fell behind.
You said perception check, right?
Yes.
I think did I?
Sorry, brain is not working 100%.
It's
Wake
all
up!
good. It's all good.
Wake up!
These are
I am
secret,
awake,
so
fuck
we
you.
don't know what they're doing.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
I'm sorry.
Instantly, all 3 of you, despite the rain and the darkness that has settled in with it, you all notice that despite the state of the fields around you, this place looks pristine. It looks like you walked into a photograph, essentially. They have those in Galarian, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
thank God. Okay, cool. Well, they do now.
I mean that's for our benefit, but paint you can just say painting.
Okay, yeah.
I'm imagining Windows XP.
Yo, sure. But
That's weird, huh?
it's basically like Sky said, it's like something out of a painting. It looks pristine. It looks like it has been untouched by the ravages of time that seems to have affected the area around it, except for one thing. You notice something white sticking out from behind the well.
What the heck is that? I'll
Would you like-
scamper over there.
All right. You scamper around to the other side of the well, and you find a skeleton.
Oh no.
They're leaning up against a well, it looks like they had fallen, and there they are.
Yeah.
A completely stripped clean skeleton. Not
Next
a
to
trace
a
of
perfectly clean house.
not a trace of anything on it.
That's weird, right? I actually don't know if that's weird or not. Sky doesn't know. Sky doesn't have enough world knowledge to know how weird that is.
The one person who wouldn't know how weird that is goes to check it out.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty weird. It's still a dead body, but like, I don't know
Yeah.
if that's supposed to happen to skeletons or not. I can't say Sky's ever seen a skeleton before.
You then look up, and you realize it's not the only one. There's about 5 or 6 other skeletons just in this yard, completely stripped to the bone,
Oh,
perfectly preserved, seemingly untouched by the rain as the rain storms around you.
I don't like this.
It's-
Guys, do you like this? Sorry.
no.
Wait, lifted like control or lifted like they're just on the ground and Sky didn't notice?
Lifted. What?
Like
No one said
in,
anything about that.
in the air?
No.
What? No one said anything
No
about
one, no one
lifting.
said lifted.
Sorry, I have control in the mind.
That's
No.
fair. That's fair.
That's fair. That's fair. That's
You
fair.
know, that's fair.
I respect it. It's a good game, but no, they're all just skeletons littered around this yard that you missed initially. By initially, I mean before your perception check, because you all notice it now. And as you all are seeing this, and as Sky is talking to the both of you about how weird this is, that's when everyone else starts catching up. That's when all the other passengers from the waterlogged kobold, when Talia, or not Talia, that's my character in Wayne's campaign who uses the same art, when Rosale shows up, and when Dastardly catches up as well from his little adventures in the cornfield.
Hey, lady, you know weird magic stuff, right? Do you know if this is weird? Because this is weird for me.
This
What?
is weird.
All these really nice-looking skeletons
I
in the house. Kind of
don't
weird.
think we have time to really as she starts saying that, she kind of just like refocuses and sees just how many skeletons there are. What the fuck?
It doesn't really feel like it's safe to have people stay up in this house, but can we really have time to debate that, or like
I don't think we do. Look, just
well,
let's just get inside. If we can get in without making this place look any different, maybe Ulthgrad will just pass it by. I don't know. I think we need to get in. We need to just do something. We can't just keep running. I
Well,
at least
it's a
can't keep
defensive-
running.
a defensible position's better than nothing, I guess. Just be careful. It's just very uncomfortable.
I will defeat our enemies.
I think because of how uncomfortable Sky feels about the situation, this guy's gonna make sure that that he's the first one in the house.
All right. You walk up to the front door, and it opens. It's not locked at all. And you walk in to the entryway of this quaint little farmhouse. It's dark. There's no light, both due to outside being as dark as it is from the storm, and just the fact that it seems like this house has generally been unlived in. You look around and it looks pristine. Like nothing has touched it. There's no dust. Nothing. You see an entryway. Sorry, let me back up. In this entryway, you see a couple different places you can go. To the left, there's just an open doorway with no door to some kind of larger room. There's a staircase right in front of you, and next to the staircase is another doorway with no door into what you can vaguely see might be a kitchen. And to the right is a closed door.
Well, I can quickly take a peek in those rooms without entering them, but I'm gonna open the closed door.
You try to open the door, but it's locked.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Do you want me to
Oh,
break the lock?
We could think about that when everyone's inside, but from a quick sweep, it looks empty, right? Just the first few rooms I take a peek in.
Roll perception real quick.
Sure, I'll do it. Are you in here too?
Yeah, I went in with you.
You turn
Oh,
around
okay.
and Mal is just right beside you.
It's like that.
Mal
You-
jump scare.
You both look around real quick. Do you start in the kitchen or into the larger room to the side?
Well, I guess we could split up in that case.
Oh, Mal would start in the kitchen.
All
Of course
right,
you would.
Mal.
Brother is hungry.
You walk into the kitchen, and everything seems fine. There's a nice, quaint little dinner table, a nice wood stove, counters, a basin for washing things, and in the corner you see an icebox. Other than that, oh, and sorry, some cabinets that you would probably assume contain, dishware and such, but they're closed, so you're not certain.
Das and I could smoke up here. Easy.
Okay. While Malicious is contemplating how easy it'd be to smoke up in this kitchen, Sky, you walk into the into a large room, which you can instantly kind of tell as soon as you walk in and your eyes adjust more to the darkness. Actually, wait, do you have dark vision? Hold on.
I don't think so. Oh wait, yes I do, apparently.
Okay. No, you walk in and you can see everything clearly. You can tell this is some kind of parlor, a nice little sitting room for the family or for a family or whoever lives here to kind of relax in. And sitting in a big, like a big kind of puffy, nice looking chair, kind of like the medieval equivalent of like one of those like big recliner chairs that people have.
An armchair.
Yeah, an armchair. You see a small skeleton, again, picked clean to the bone, clutching a small book.
Oh, that's really weird. Uh, well, I don't want to waste too much time, but I guess I could take a quick peek at the skeleton, walk up to it.
All right, you walk up to the skeleton and you just see it's a small skeleton. It's around you. It's a little taller than you and the bastards are. And it seems like it looks like from the position it was in, it was curled up sleeping before
Huh.
it passed. The only thing
That's
is still just the fact that it's clutching that book.
well, I'm curious, but I guess we're just gonna. I guess Sky's just gonna tuck that one mentally away for later, but go and get the people to come shelter in here.
Okay. Ori and Dastardly, what are y'all doing during this?
I think Ori is sort of looking cautiously, like trying to get a sense of like what's going on, but not really willing to enter the place just yet. Like waiting until they hear from Mal and or Sky.
Okay. Dastardly? I can't believe you. Sorry, continue. You did not.
DB wants to take a look at that book. And potentially clear the skeleton off the chair, because it looks kind of comfy.
So mean.
You push the skeleton off the chair, and it moves with ease. It clatters to the ground, and just kind of doesn't crumble, but the skeleton, which was perfectly preserved as if a person is in the shape of a person, just kind of falls into a pile of bones at the foot of the chair now.
That's so disrespectful.
You said that you grabbed the book as well, correct?
Yeah.
You pick it up, and it's surprisingly really light. And when you open it, you realize that's because there's only one page left in it. All the others have been ripped out. And what's that?
I just said, huh.
And the one page that's left in reads this, if you would like to look at the Foundry chat. Yeah.
9/16/47/25. Wolves killed one of the cows again last night. Papa isn't sure how they keep getting into the barn. He's heading into the city tomorrow to find something to take care of them, he says. He seemed really angry this time. Cousin Jackson is coming over to watch the farm while Papa's gone. I hope he brings Aunt Phelia's cookies again this time. That's curious.
Do I have a sense of what day it currently is?
You know that it is currently the 11th month of that same year. You've kind of lost track of the
Months?
days when you started being at sea. But
2 months ago?
This was essentially 2 months ago.
Look, I'm not really, I don't know things really well, but that seems way too recently for this place to be like this.
This kid must have been skin and bones.
Sky, your assumption would be correct. Most skeletons don't decompose, or sorry, you don't get to the skeletal state that fast normally.
Because it would have to be like some, magic or picking them clean, I guess.
How
That's
here?
weird.
I'm going to try and see if I can detect anything. If the rest of you could take a look around, that maybe you can find something while I'm trying to see if there's some kind of magic on this place. and then Rosale will draw a like she'll pull out like a thing of chalk from her bag and start drawing a chalk circle on the wooden floor around her before sitting down and closing her eyes within that circle, and she will go still.
I mean, I guess I'll take another look around. I haven't gone up. Nobody's gone upstairs yet. I'll go upstairs.
I think I'll also go upstairs. And
Mal,
Never
let's take a
mind.
look at that locked door.
I'm going to go upstairs.
Okay.
And the bastards are gonna pick lock.
Okay. So, do either of you care which group goes first here?
They can go first.
Okay.
Bastard Brothers will make up for it in quality.
Jackass.
Damn. So Ori and Sky, you both walk upstairs, and as soon as you hit the landing at the top of them, you are greeted by a decently long hallway running down either side of where you all ended up. They're on the left side of the landing. You can see about 2 doors, and then on the right side there's about 3 closed doors, and then a slightly cracked open one right in front of you.
Sky is a very simple creature and is gonna go for the slightly cracked open one.
Okay. You and Ori walk in, and you see a large master bedroom. A nicely made bed directly in against the wall opposite you. A big sliding closet to the side. A dresser or two, a large chest, a mirror. You basically just see, an average bedroom. Again, completely pristine. The red the red blankets on the bed looking as bright and vibrant as the day they would have been bought. Or made, depending on how this family did things.
We made the wrong bet, Das.
Ori, do you know much about things? The Sky's gonna look at you with like big sad puppy eyes because they're confused. Do you know things?
You could say that.
You know if there should be like dust or something because of a 2 month of nobody cleaning or being around?
There should be.
Okay.
This is strange.
Weird. Oh, I hope whatever happened here doesn't happen to the people we're trying to protect.
I sure hope.
Keep looking around, I guess.
All right, you have a couple other doors that you can check out if you would like.
What if we alternate perspectives?
Okay, yeah. Bastard Brothers, you're down checking out that locked door.
Well, DV will get down and inspect it, see what kind of tools are needed.
By all accounts, as far as you can tell, it's a pretty standard door. Looks like the kind you'd find in any other house in any other part of Galarian, really.
Now, hand me my comb and a tensioning rod.
I do that.
Other comb.
I hand the other comb.
Very good. Let's take a look here at Inglock.
You pick the lock with ease. It opens as if it hadn't been locked at all. And the door swings open, and you see more stairs, this time leading down into the darkness.
Mal, you happen to have a light on you?
I do not. I will go first.
You want to know who has both dark vision and a light on them?
The two of you?
I have both of those things actually.
Yeah,
I-
I also
I-
have dark vision.
Is
I guess for yeah, we
is there like a
in hindsight, why do I have an Everlight crystal?
is it like a lamp
Question.
or something on
No.
stairs?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking.
There are candles in little sconces around the various rooms. You don't see a lantern anywhere.
Well, I'll grab a candle,
Okay.
strike it up with flint and steel.
Why did I take an Everlight crystal?
I don't want to make too many Minecraft movie jokes because it will heavily date this to like a month where people care about it.
It literally came out like yesterday, I think, as of the time we're recording this.
Yeah, but we don't want
Well, now
to
we're
tip
hard
that
dated.
too much. I know.
I
Right.
don't think.
What's
I mean,
next? My coordinates.
I don't think saying when we recorded this podcast is a terrible thing.
All
No,
we're
but
gonna
it's
have
funny.
to do is figure out that it is precisely 10:35 p.m. and the moon has reached its zenith in the sky above me. It's a waxing giddiness. And
Anyway,
none of that information was accurate, but I light a candle and we descend down the stairs with Mal heroically taking up the lead.
and you're still holding the candle though behind him.
Yes, so we can see.
You two descend down the stairs, each step creaking a uncomfortably loud amount, until after what seems like several minutes, you reach the bottom. The light from the candle does not reach the other end of the room you're in. The walls are cobblestone. Or, sorry, just stone, I guess. Well, no, yeah, I guess it would be cobblestoned. Cobblestoned. As you look around, you see a few casks on the wall next to you, and you see what looks like a card table nearby, as far as you can tell. Or not as far as you can tell. You can tell it's a card table, but as far as you can see with the light, you see the edge of a card table. And then, there's the pillars for supporting the room. And, yeah, that's all you can really see right now.
Al, do you see what I see?
I see a opportunity to play poker.
Oh, I was thinking a little war myself.
That'd be fun.
And let's see what's in those casks. I mean, just in case it's something useful to the group. I mean, we've traveled a long way.
It'd
How
help.
would you like to check the cask?
Is there any tap?
Yes, there's a tap on each cask.
Just to drizzle a little out and see what comes out.
You drizzle it, and a dark purplish red liquid comes out of the cask.
Why? Good little taste.
You taste it, and it tastes just like wine, aged to perfection. If you could have any wine, this would be the exact flavor you'd want it to be.
Mal, find us some glasses quick.
While
I
the
pulled
bastard
two-
blower... Oh, sorry.
I pulled
Blow.
2 out from my backpack.
The blasted blethers.
The blasters.
The
Was the Grink there?
He was. It
Yes.
was so weird.
Wait, Nolly, do you not know about the Grink post?
You don't know about the
We'll,
green.
For the sake of expedience, I'm
the
gonna say
Grinky-
yes. I know about
we'll
the group
wrangle
post.
up some. We'll wrangle up some glasses
Okay.
somewhere in this basement. Pour ourselves some wine.
Wait,
Then
Mal,
take a
did
look
you...
at the state of the card table.
Wait, Mal, did you say that you had them in your backpack?
Yes.
Okay, so you take Mal takes the glasses out of their backpack. Y'all get yourself some nice wine, and you head over
These
to
the
the card
glasses
table.
from the captain's cabin.
Yeah.
sly dog.
As you start to walk a bit closer to the table, and as more things come into view, you see something.
Sorry, I'm still laughing.
It's okay. You see something glint on the table as the light hits it. It's a knife, and a skeletal hand holding it. As a skeleton that looks like it has fallen over the table is sitting there in a chair that had just been out of view of the light as you had walked in initially. And with that, let's go back to
brother.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
No, you go. No, I should have given you guys time to react. Sorry.
I do not like that, brother.
DB jumps and spills a bunch of the wine on his hand. Oh, god damn it.
As you two do that, let's shift back to the two that probably should have gone into the dark basement.
Well,
You live and you learn.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
We all love Shadow the Hedgehog here.
Now that we're done talking about Zach's definition of Christ, Ori. Ori, Sky.
Yeah.
Y'all have several rooms you can inspect. Any preference on which hallway or which side of the hallway you go down, or do you want me to just direct you to where you need to go? I shouldn't ask that. I should let y'all explore. I'm sorry. That's my bad.
Do you have a preference on
what are our two choices currently?
To the left, you have, I believe I said 2 different doors that you can check, and to the right, you have 3 different doors you can check.
Oh my god, so many doors. I'll check the doors on the left if you check the doors on the right.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Give a holler if you need any help.
All right. Ori, of the doors you check, one of them is a closet that seems to just have a bunch of folded towels, some cleaning supplies, all that look like they'd never been touched. Just completely fine. One of the doors is a bathroom, which, again, seems like a nice, clean bathroom. But the last door, you open it and you see what is very clearly a child's room. The bed is made. The wrought iron edges of the bed are pristine white. There's stuffed animals in the corner, a box of toys that's slightly ajar, a little desk underneath the windowsill. And on that desk, you see a small page.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that page.
All right. I'm going to hope beyond hope that this doesn't. I'll just click you. Actually, I'll make this easier. So you pick up the page and you notice it's another page of that diary that Dastardly found downstairs. You don't have to read it right away because I know you're by yourself right now. But in the chat is what it says for when you have a moment.
Yeah, I think once Sky and Ori meet back up, Ori's gonna show it to Sky, and then we'll both show it to DB and
Well,
MB. But when we meet Sky, I'll
I think
I'll
you
say-
can just read it out now.
yeah. So I found this diary entry. It says, Papa got back last night. He had a big crate with him that would shake every so often. It had weird symbols all along the edges that I didn't know. It looked creepy. He forbid us from looking inside of it. He shoved Jackson to the ground when he tried to poke it. Papa seemed scared. He said we weren't allowed to go anywhere near the barn anymore. I'll miss petting the cows. Hopefully Papa lets me feed them out when they're outside still. I think something very bad happened here.
I don't suppose you have any idea what the hell is that could be just from that description. With no more than me.
Um, is there like a check I can do to try and get any information about what this possibly could be?
Yes, I would say make an occultism check.
Cool. I'm good at that.
That's where you're a Viking.
What?
It's a Simpsons reference.
What is a Simpson?
That's a good question.
It's a show that hasn't been invented yet.
Ori, you remember hearing tales of something like this back when you were back before you'd like gone out on your journey. You had heard of a type of creature that when feeding would completely strip their victims down to the bone, layer by layer. You are confused, though, because as far as you know, this creature wouldn't normally be found on this plane of existence. You remember that by everything you can remember, it had been described to you as a demon of sorts.
Are you saying that he went and got a demon to go take care of wolves? Seems like overkill. I don't know how he would have done that, but that seems like overkill.
This is concerning.
It also sounds like it's in the barn. If I had to take a wild guess as to where it would be roosting. So
Yeah.
that's disconcerting. You remember what that thing is called?
Do I?
Yes, actually, you do. It is called a... I have to find where I named it I have to find where I wrote the name down for it in my notes. 1 second. I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit. You rolled a nat 20 on this, so I had to give out more information than I was expecting to.
Wow. Good job.
Yeah, so...
Oracle of the good reading.
Yeah, so give me 1 second as I find where I wrote this down, because I have... I have some notes written for the session. And by some, I mean probably too much. Here. Let's see. There we go. You remember it was called something like a babu. If you remember correctly.
I believe it's a babu. I'm not 100% sure, but
well,
it is definitely a demon, which is not good.
That's so like. Did it actually like kill and eat them, or did it like do something else? Are we in danger just by being here, or are we fine as long as we don't by staying overnight? What do you think?
I think we might be in danger.
I think we should go tell the lady what we about that.
We should.
I'm sure she would have an idea of what to do.
Sky didn't even get a chance to check his rooms. Damn.
I mean, I guess I could. I guess I could. Well, we could do this room since it has at the same time.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I just didn't get. I just realized I probably should have started with you because B chose the side that had the most important room on it. You would have. It's fine. Sorry.
That's
Ignore-
okay. It doesn't
ignore
really
me.
matter.
Ignore me.
It doesn't really matter. It's okay. I didn't want to look.
Do you want to look in the room?
No.
Okay, we'll at the same time that Ori was doing this, Sky, you check both the rooms. One of them seems to just be a pretty standard storage room with a few crates, some farming supplies in it. If you want, you can look around, see if you can find anything kind of neat. Um,
That sounds like robbing people.
okay, so Sky won't do that then.
Yeah.
And then in the other room, you find what looks like a small guest room, a nicely made bed, a bag in the corner that is the first thing you've seen in this building that looks like that's showing its age. There's dust on this bag. It looks like it looks kind of disheveled, like it just been thrown against the wall. It is the first time you've seen any sign of wear and tear since you've stepped onto this farm.
What's in the bag? I'm curious.
You open
What's
it.
in the box?
You open it, and the first thing you see is written inside on a label is the name Jackson.
Oh.
Inside, it seems like there's a couple changes of clothes, a flint and steel for starting fires, a bit of food, like bread that's like stale, some cheese that's gone moldy, and
Mold.
a letter. Uh, yeah, a letter essentially.
Well, curiosity outsets my desire not to take things, so I'm gonna look at the letter, but I'm gonna save that until after meeting up with Ori to get
Okay.
back on track.
So back in the future, you open the letter, which you can see is addressed to, Mophelia, and you open it, and there's just a blank piece of paper. It's complete. It's the paper's like the rest of the house, completely untouched. Doesn't even have fold lines, despite the fact that you just unfolded it from a letter.
Huh?
It looks like a completely nice new piece of parchment.
Ori, from what you know about that thing, does it do weird shit like that? Like, what the heck?
Does it?
Critical success.
That is new to you. Everything from everything you had heard, everything being in this pristine condition is not part of what you remember.
That's really weird. Okay, let's go talk to that lady.
Yeah, this is
I don't like it
very
here.
strange.
I honestly think we should leave.
All right, and you two head downstairs, and while you're doing that, back to the bastards in the basement. Down in the cell, the bastards in the basement. Down in the cellar, Dastardly, Mal, y'all said you were going to clean up the wine that Dastardly spilled. And are you sitting at the table now? Are you what's your game plan now?
Oh, yeah.
Everything's been cleaned up.
So this knife, was it stuck in the table?
No, it was in the hand of the skeleton. It looked like, from the way that the skeleton has fallen, it looked like the skeleton had tried to use it on something before it died.
Well, nice knife. Keep it for myself. Unless you want it, Mal.
I have no need.
All right, you get the knife. It is a. You notice as you pick it up, it's a bit heavier than you would have thought it would be. It looks like a normal, standard, like kind of knife that an adventurer would have.
Dagger.
A dagger, essentially, yes. But it does feel heavier than you'd think it would.
This shit's heavy.
Human sized. Now, let me start dealing. You top me up, and how How's our supply of tobacco at the moment?
Pretty good, actually.
Oh, very nice. Pack us a few pipes, will you?
All right.
I like having fun.
We have to take our chances to relax when we can get it. And besides, we're doing valuable reconnaissance.
All right. Dastardly, you start shuffling. Mal, I just heard Dastardly said it, but it somehow left my brain completely. What were you doing again?
Oh, I'm dealing tobacco.
Oh yes, you're packing the pipes. Yes. And are you both sitting at the table as you do this?
Yeah. Sit at the table with the skeleton.
Yep.
And you're just leaving the skeleton there? Okay. You all sit there doing your things for a moment when you hear a clack as the jaw of the skeleton opens. And it's still just laying there against the table, except now the jaw is open. And in the light of the candle, you can see something sticking out of it.
Mal, it's your play. Mal?
What kind of perception check do I need?
Oh, we just see.
You just see it. There's not a check need for this.
What are you looking at? You're distracted.
This. Oh my god. Why are we seeing this?
Seeing what?
This is beyond God.
What?
I think he's sleepy.
I'll DB will look over to what Mal is staring at, and
This is beyond
That's
God.
that's perfectly in character for Mal. He's a very deep thinker. Now, let's take a look at. Oh,
Snap yourself awake, sir.
that's gross. What is it? What is that?
Do you reach your hand inside the jaw?
DB will reach in with his filcher's fork and kind of hook it out.
Okay. You reach in and you hook out what looks like a sack. Like a small leather sack. It feels heavy and it jingles a bit as you pull it out.
In like its jaws?
We got
Yes.
money, brother.
Out falls 2 rings and a piece of paper. It looks weathered. The first sign of something not being as it seems that you've seen since you got into this. Or sorry, the first sign of something having aged since you got into this farmhouse.
Not the first sign at all. This wine is aged to perfection.
That's a good joke.
Are these gold?
There is. Roll me a perception check. And actually, no, sorry. Not perception. Roll me an Arcana check.
How do I help with aid?
Yeah.
You roll the same kind of check, but public.
Does it have to be Arcana, or could I use crafting?
You can use crafting. Use crafting. Yeah. Or, yeah, secret.
Do I add the plus? Do I add a bonus for? Oh, that's it.
No, you do not add a bonus for Mal.
All right.
You look at the ring, and you are pretty sure that they're both made of silver. There is 2 gemstones at the apex of both of them. One, a deep sea blue. The other, a bright fiery red. You, as far as you can tell, they're just normal rings.
Oh. Now, red or blue?
Both.
Which one do you want? Jesus.
Blue?
There you are. And DB will flick it to him, and then as he's putting on the red one to admire it, we'll think to check the note. Like how you check a Christmas card after you take all the money out of it and sniff it and do a money spread.
Yeah.
Right. Of course.
All right. You pick it
Normal.
up. Yeah, normal. You pick it up and you realize this is another page of that diary.
Sticking this kid's diary all over the goddamn place.
DB's a little buzzed at this point, and riding high off of finding treasure.
Treasure.
9:30, 47:25. I found a dead wolf near the well this morning. I think it was a wolf at least. Oh, just a bunch of bones. They weren't here before, so maybe something left it. Jackson told me not to touch it. He seemed really freaked out. He tried talking to Papa, but they got in a big fight and Jackson packed up his stuff to leave. He told me he'd be back soon because something wasn't right, and to not tell Papa he said that. I've been sad since he left. I liked Jackson being here. It's been really quiet, too. I can't even hear the cows in the barn anymore.
DB, that is weird.
Yeah, Mal, are you starting to get a little creeped out, too?
Yeah.
I think we better play one more hand and then rejoin.
Of course.
That got me. I'm sorry. That got me.
You fuckers.
All right. And while you two play another hand of war, we'll cut back to Ori and the other one, Sky. There we go. That's the name.
It's not very complicated. It's not a very complicated name.
You're right. It's not. You're right. It's not. That's why it's a. That's
In
why.
fact,
That's
it's
why.
a very uncomplicated name.
That's why it's shameful that I actually forgot it for a second.
I'm named for my appearance. What can I say? And yet, it still caught you.
Yeah, I guess it did. The two of you get down the stairs, and you notice that the amount of people in this room is slightly lower than you remember it being. You can tell that a number of the people from the ship are gone, including Koleg and Beedry, the two that you know by name at this point. Rosale is still sitting over in the corner, and her circle of chalk, her eyes closed, and a few of the other passengers are kind of just milling about right now.
Where'd they go? We shouldn't be wandering around when it's, dangerous out there. Anyone see where they went?
A few of the people went to check out the barn and the silo just to see what's going on, or not what's going on, but just to see if they can find any supplies or anything. We're all kind of hungry considering we haven't really had a chance to find food the past few days.
Ori, can you tell the nice lady about what you found? I'm gonna go check on them.
As you begin to go head towards the barn, the Bastard brothers reach the top of the stairs.
You two, come with me.
And as they reach the top of the stairs, all of you hear a scream.
Yeah.
A loud, horrified scream.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, we're gonna have to go look at that, aren't we?
Oh boy. I would say take a break, but it's 10 p.m. I don't think we could take a fiver if we want to do combat tonight.
This might be a cliffhanger ending.
I say we go a little bit longer, just a little bit longer.
Okay.
The creature.
Okay. Well, yeah, you two come with me.
We were out of ketchup, so Papa sent me out to the barn to milk the creature.
The ketchup creature.
I don't
No.
Child, I don't think that's ketchup.
So do you all go
The
running
ketchup
out in
picture.
the direction you hear the scream come from?
Well, Sky's in serious mode. He's not giving the Bastard Brothers a choice in the matter.
You just get grabbed by the ear.
Yes. I don't know what Ori's doing, though.
What is Ori doing right now?
In response
I
to the
think-
screaming.
Well, I think Ori was about to talk about the things that were going to happen, or the thing that they found. Sorry, and then once they hear the screams, they go. They kind of just like look at not Talia. Fuck.
Rosale.
Now I can, yeah, Zale, and just go. I need to join them, and then runs runs to join the rest of the party.
I'll explain later.
Rosale
Yeah.
doesn't respond to what you say. She seems like she's not even there.
Oh
That's
no.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. We'll tell her later.
Oh boy, I I have a feeling that something real bad is happening.
You all head out the front door. The storm has gotten worse since you all had reached the farm. You can barely see 3 feet in front of you from how hard the rain is coming down.
I can't believe those people thought it'd be a good idea to go check the barn.
But you can kind of tell, you vaguely remember what direction the barn was in, Sky. And so as you drag the Bastard Brothers and Ori follows close behind you, you make your way over to the barn where you find the big barn doors swung open. And inside, you see a perfectly pristine barn. Just completely normal. Hay in the animal troughs, animal straws, or animal stalls lining each wall, a ladder up to a second floor. But right in the middle of the barn, you see Beedry on her knees, crying and screaming, holding her head, as in front of her is a picked clean bovine skeleton surrounded by 5 human ones.
It's not
I
great.
have
Also, how many skeletons were there outside before when we first got here?
5 or 6. 6. 6.
That's a lot of people for this one family.
I have a
It's not that much.
family.
Would you say,
Anyway.
Zach? Zach, what'd you say?
I'm like absolutely done.
Like as a person or
I
bastard?
think he sounds exhausted.
But so we see these skeletons arrayed in a macabre fashion.
Yes.